Hey guys, today we'll be doing a review of Liv MB, one of the most exciting newest launch coming up in District 15.
That's right. It's very rare that we have a District 15 prime location.
Yes. So where exactly is this Liv MB? Well, actually, this is located in the junction of Arthur Road and Mountbatten Road. For those who are East Coast lovers or East Siders, it's actually very close to Meyer Road as well.
It's a 3 minutes walk to Katong Park. It's a future Katong Park MRT station.
Yes. So this is one of the very rare East Coast projects coming up that is within a very short walkable distance to a MRT line actually.
That's right.
Okay. So in terms of the unit mix, right, what we have over here is 1 to 4 bedrooms, with the majority being the 2 and the 3. This is a Bukit Sembawang development, and we're going to be sharing with you guys what are the elements that we really love about this project.
That's right. We go through what we like and also the top buyer questions for you.
Sure. Okay, so let's get into it. Not many people may know this, but Mountbatten Road is actually a conservation enclave. Why is that so? Because along the road, right, there's actually a lot of conserved bungalows built in the late 19th century and early 20th century.
This Mountbatten Road has a lot of history. It's named after this Louis Mountbatten. It's a British Supreme Allied Commander in like Southeast Asia in the olden time.
Yes, and a long time ago, back in the 19th century, a lot of those single-story bungalows there were known as the millionaires bungalows actually. URA has actually earmarked that for conservation, and Liv MB happened to be over there.
There's about 15 bungalows that are earmarked for conservation. That means you cannot touch a facade. It's controlled by the government itself. This is part of heritage.
Yes.
Okay, and just interestingly, recently I picked up this news. This conserved house was put up for sale in Mountbatten Road. It's with a guide price of about 27 million itself. That's the picture.
Wow. But imagine buying that for 27 million.
Looks very classy and heritage. Yeah.
This is for those people who love heritage, history and heritage. Yep. Highlighted in yellow is where Liv MB is. Okay. Not only is this a private residential enclave, it is also within the conservation area as well. But also because of where Liv MB is, right, one of the very exciting factor is the upcoming Thomson-East Coast Line. So for many of you who do not know, right, this line is not completed yet. It will be done around 2024.
It was delayed for a while. The purple flag is where the former Katong Park Towers. Yes. It's the en bloc site.
Yes. So as you guys can tell, when we say walkable, we really do mean walkable. I can anticipate 5 to 6 minutes walk actually to the MRT station. So for this MRT station, right, it is an underground station. And it was going to connect the residents or the commuters all the way from the furthest part of East Coast to Woodlands.
Once the whole Thomson-East Coast Line is completed, you can literally take the MRT all the way to Woodlands. Yes. And then take this the new transit train to Johor Bahru itself.
Yes. Yeah. From the most southern part of Singapore to the most northern part of Singapore actually.
That's the starting point. Yes. The views and the layout.
The views. So people who do not know this area, right, they will actually think, this area got views. I mean, isn't it a landed enclave? Nothing much to see.
Just interestingly, when you land enclave, likely your building will be high, especially those buyers who bought high floor, right? So you are basically will have an unblocked views, because this landed property are mostly in the 3 to 4 story.
Yes, this is also the reason why certain buyers have to buy properties along Meyer Road facing the landed enclave, because it's all low rise, right? So if you clear the houses in front of you, actually you got a very nice expansive view. So this is an aerial view towards the city. You can see MBS in the backdrop over there.
This is in relation to the former Katong Park Towers.
And this is towards the Mountbatten landed estate, which is across the road.
This is a panoramic view from the 20-story, the roof terrace lap pool.
Kind of like a mini infinity pool like that.
Yeah. So this is a zoom out where the lap pool is.
Yes. So this is likely to be where the main entrance is going to be also. This is the clubhouse.
That's right.
Okay, very nice views of the city and the landed enclave as well. So in terms of the use of the land, the layout, right, they're going to be using the 80-20 rule, which is 80% to the recreation and nature, 20% for residential.
Personally, I'm quite fascinated by this 80-20 landscaping, meaning that for the whole piece of land, right, 20% will be reserved for the building itself, but 80% will be the landscaping. This is very cool because it gives you a lot of space. Yeah. And this is very rare in Singapore nowadays.
Yes, which ensures that whenever you come back home to Liv MB, right, you will feel relaxed, you feel like you're disconnected from the world. So this is the approximate distances between the blocks and to the boundaries of the development.
And you have almost an Olympic size pool, about 45-meter pool length.
Yes, about 54 meters from stack 13 to 4.
So that's for the exterior layout. What about the interior layout?
Wow, this is where the project really shines actually.
That's right.
So this over here is one of the examples of the one bedroom 495 square feet. Now, looking at the size of 495 square feet, it doesn't sound impressive, but look at the way they have designed it. There's no foyer to speak of. The moment you open up the door, you do not see the kitchen first, which is a very big plus point for one bedroom. And what I really love is the way that they conceal the aircon latch. And the bathrooms for a one bedroom is naturally ventilated.
Normally for all the one bedroom projects that we have seen, right, they usually don't touch too much on the description for the one bedroom. For this one bedroom, it's really quite impressive to have so many factors to wow the buyer itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what you have for even just the one bedroom is an almost enclosable kitchen.
Yes.
And the fact that the aircon latch is not in front of the house, right, means it's a full height glass window for the master bedroom.
As mentioned, the kitchen is really a starting point because for most one bedroom or even two bedroom, you are likely to have an open concept kitchen.
Yes.
This is an enclosable kitchen that's tucked at the end. And the kitchen is linked to the master bathroom, which is linked to the master bedroom.
Yes.
So this is actually a very wonderful design.
There's also the optional layout to convert the one bedroom to a studio unit actually.
Mm.
So if you just look at the slides over here, it means the boundaries between the living and the master bedroom is gone. It just becomes a massive studio unit.
Optional layout for buyers.
Optional layout, okay? And for the 2 bed 1 bath over here is also something similar to the 1 bedroom, but the beautiful part is, again, no AC latch in front, which means the front windows for both bedrooms is all full height glass windows.
And you have an option of a balcony. That means for those people who don't like balcony, right?
Yes.
This is one project that offers you the choice of without balcony. If you look at the picture from left and right.
Yes, really something for everyone, as they call it actually. And this very thoughtful layout, right, extends to every unit over here. Look at the 2 bed 2 bath, for example. What I really love is that it comes with a utility room. Now, a lot of the common feedback these days from people is, hey, 2 bed 2 bath, it's just a 2 bed 2 bath. I have nothing for storage, and even if there's storage, it's going to be a bomb shelter. But this time around, they give a utility room at the end of the kitchen. Kitchen comes with an L-shaped countertop, which is rare again in new launch context. No foyer again. Naturally ventilated bathrooms for both bathrooms, and again, AC latch not in front of the house.
A master bedroom can fit king size bed, and all other bedrooms can fit a queen size bed.
Yes, beautiful. And it's cross ventilated as well. I have not seen such a nice layout in any new launch in a really long time.
It really pampers buyers who are buying for own stay.
Yes, correct. Oh wow, the 3 bedroom deluxe over here at 1270 square feet. Look at the position of the private lift lobby. It is at the corner of the house, not in the middle of the house like some other layouts, which means that you have uninterrupted space in the living and dining area, and the fire exit or fire entrance for the house is not located at the end of the kitchen. It's located right next to where the private lift lobby is.
And you have a dry kitchen plus a wet kitchen.
Yes.
And also the same thing, the master bedroom can fit a king size bed, while the other bedrooms can fit a queen size bed.
That's
From
correct.
the floor plan, you can see that actually for the queen size bed, you can even put in 2 side table. That means actually it's a very spacious bedroom.
Yes, correct. And also, for storage space, you got a home shelter at the end of the kitchen. For this 3 bedroom, right, and 4 bedroom, there's the option to convert the powder room to yard with a WC. This is more for people who have a living helper.
Another flexible option.
Yes, another flexible option. We come now to the questions. Questions that buyers will definitely ask.
Yes.
This project cannot be so perfect, right? Sure, there'll be something, right?
So we're trying to give you a balanced view, the top 3 selling points that we think that captured our attention. And now we're also trying to share the top 3 questions that buyers may have for this project. So question number 1 that we have over here is that why don't I buy the freehold nearby with a condo with a lower PSF?
Oh yes, I think that's a very valid question actually.
Very fair question.
So let's give some context first actually. So what we have here is an estimated price matrix. Take note, this is not from the developer. This is just for discussion purposes.
We only know the land cost. For land cost, right, when this is on block site, so based on the estimate, the land cost without factoring the building cost and the developer profit is about 1,280 per square foot. That's a land cost.
Yes. So I would expect that the median selling price for Liv MB to be about 2004 PSF.
Average about 2004, 2005.
That's correct.
That's assumption, right?
So let's take 2004 for example, and then we compare it to those other nearby resale condos.
So we try to, based on this criteria, nearby condos is within 500 meters from Liv. The transaction is for last 12 months, and these condos are less than 10 years old.
We want a more direct comparison. So at the very top of the list, 8M Residences, Meyer Suites, Fulcrum, and the line at Tanjong. So all freehold.
So for this question, it's true that the nearby condos less than 10 years old are all cheaper than Liv and their freehold.
So let's try to understand why is it cheaper. Because first and foremost, we take 8M Residences for example. TOP in 2016, launched in 2014 at about 1,009 PSF.
It's a freehold condo.
It's a freehold condo, which means to say it actually has appreciated. Meaning to say that if you were to go into 8M Residences right now, right, you are owner number 2, owner number 3, your profit margins may not be as high as those people who bought it first hand around. I'm not saying that you cannot make money from 8M Residences, you can, but maybe your time horizon will be longer actually.
Based on the recent profitable transaction, you can see that from these buyers, right, the prices they bought during the launch price is about 2014. So the price is about 1,900 XX per square foot. So recently they've been selling for about 2,100 XX per square foot. Some buyers might be considering, hey, why don't I buy 8M? It's a freehold, it's cheaper. Yeah. But bear in mind that when you buy into this project, you are fighting against a lot of other first batch owners who bought at about 1,900 per square foot.
So, and also to give some context to 8M Residences is what we call a boutique development, only 68 units. So I don't think in terms of facilities it can be compared to Liv and MB actually.
There are two buyer objectives. One is for purely investment, one is for own occupation or own stay. So if you are looking to buy for own stay and you intend to hold longer period, so this might be better to buy a freehold condo, resale condo nearby. Yeah. But if you're purely looking from economic point of view for investment, maybe my take is that a new launch will be better than a resale. Yes. And bear in mind, when you buy into a freehold condo, a resale, you likely have to hold a longer holding period. Yes. You can hold maybe more than 10 years. Yeah, that's my take.
That's the average time horizon for freehold development. And Meyer Suites, which is also one of those that was on the list earlier, right? Just for comparison, TOP in 2012 is an older development launched in 2009 at 1,002 PSF. So wow, can you guys imagine a freehold launching at 1,002 PSF now? Impossible. Definitely impossible. But this is the reason why, if you were to look at the recent transactions, right, their PSF is about 1,007. Not high at all by market standard, but it's because they started at 1,002. So that is to give you guys some context. And also the fact that the units at Meyer Suites, they're very large. So as many of you guys already know, larger unit typically means lower PSF.
When buyers go to take a look at Liv and MB, they'll likely compare around these surrounding condos. So Meyer Suite might be one condo that will attract them just at the recent price of $1,700. That's really very attractive.
Yeah, but do take note, because their units are so much bigger, right? Their quantum might be on par with Liv and MB or maybe even more actually.
From an investor point of view, maybe this might not be the best choice. Okay, there are 55 units over here. So you're fighting against other first batch owners who probably bought in the early days as low as 1,200 per square foot. But if you're buying for own stay and in that whole long period, then no issue with that.
The second question that most people will definitely ask us is, hey, your Liv MB is a 99-year development and Dennis in a freehold area. Worth to buy or not?
This is the fact around the area, mostly are freehold.
You can say that it is the anomaly in the area actually. And let's look at the remaining units left in District 15. On the right hand side, most of them have been selling very well actually. More of them over here are freehold with the exception of Seaside Residences, which is fully sold. So inventory is diminishing.
So to be honest, between a freehold and leasehold, definitely freehold is better. But freehold always comes with a lot of problems. First issue is pricier. The second question is from this slide, you can see that there are not many choices. So if you're looking for a freehold condo in District 15, your choices are not that much.
I think what people are more afraid of, Dennis, is that, hey, if I buy this 99-year in a freehold cluster, can I make money? Well, we're going to be showing you some examples later on. But looking at these three projects over here, 4th Avenue in District 10, Orwell in 9, Copper in 9, they've been selling very well actually, despite being the 99-year launch in a freehold cluster.
I just want to add that these are based on actual facts.
Yes.
So for buyers who are convinced that they want only die want a freehold, then go ahead with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
We're just trying to point out the fact that actually there are really indeed not many choices. And even for 99yrs Condo, they are doing pretty well in this market. So
Yes. It doesn't deter people, as you guys can tell actually.
But having said that, what Manuel mentioned is correct. So people are concerned, if I buy a 99yrs Condo in a freehold area, will I make money? It's a very valid concern.
It is. So let's take a seaside residence for example, because it was on the list earlier. It's a 99-year development. At the back are all freehold.
For seaside residence, right, for those who are not familiar, it's just beside this Victoria Secondary School.
Look at how much it has appreciated. Over 20%, Dennis.
Seaside residence just till late 2021.
Look at the profit margins that the first owners had enjoyed actually. They're all six-figure sums, some low six, some high six. The highest that we can see is almost $500,000 actually. So not only do we have Seaside as an example, we also have Martin Modern. This project actually even faces even more fiercer competition because on the left and the right and the top and the bottom is all freehold condo. Okay, but look at the profit margins over here. One lucky owner, very lucky owner, actually made 1.1 million, and it's not a high 4 unit. Level 8 unit at 1.1 million. That's frankly speaking amazing in a 4-year window,
You look at this number, wow, this guy buy from day one, launch and sell in 2021, 1 million profit, or you could even see 400k, 500k profit. It's actually quite remarkable and impressive.
Amazing, really amazing.
And during that period of time, Martin Modern was a bit of shunned by investors as well, because it's also in a sea of freehold condos. And a lot of people comparing that to Rivergate, as I mentioned. But Martin Modern is really have its own unique character, very well designed as well.
Look who's laughing now, right?
For those who bought into Martin Modern, so it's
congratulations.
Just as a comparison, right? Martin Place and Martin Modern are side by side. I transacted these two units myself. So both are 2 bedrooms. And the fact is that for Martin Modern, the size is smaller, for about 700 square foot. But for the older Martin Place residence, which is the freehold, there's 2 bedroom size about 1,100 square foot. It's true that older condo PSF is lower, but bear in mind that the size is bigger. So it ends up the quantum might be similar itself.
And also the fact that for older designs, right, they tend to add bay windows, especially those that were built in the early 2000s. So the bay windows actually count in the space. So you strip away the bay windows. Actually, I mean personally, I'm not a fan of bay windows, but yet this is something you have to pay for. So just keep that in mind when comparing a larger, older units and smaller, newer ones.
When comparing between the older resale condo and the new condo, beside the PSF, the lesson is that to look into the size, the layout, is there a bay window, is there a wasted space? Also look at the total size itself, which is quantum. These are important factors to consider besides just the PSF load itself.
That's correct.
We come to this last question. Actually, this is actually 3 sub-questions. In summary, all these are about prices, whether they will make profit if I enter the market right now at these prices.
People are always worried because there's a lot of uncertainty in the world now. So let's give a market update and an overall review. So last year, 2021, right, is actually the highest new home sales for the past 15 years.
From this chart, you can see that actually the Singapore government is actually monitoring the situation. Once the volumes are too overheated, they will come up with cooling measure. Year 2022 coming ahead, the forecasted new home sales will be about 9,000 to 10,000. Actually, the supply are not that many already.
Despite supply being dwindling, land cost is increasing actually. So what we have over here is the current launch prices for the 3 different areas actually. RCR, OCR and EC. But look at where RCR is now, 1,009 average for any launch in RCR, and OCR in the outskirts, 1,006. But what about next? I mean, this year and moving forward, RCR will be more than 2,003. OCR will be 2,000 PSF.
If you're wondering how do we get this upcoming launching price when these new condos are not even launched yet, because usually the experts will base on the land cost plus the so-called very open building cost and inflation cost plus development profit. So they'll come out, they will arrive at this estimated launch price. So if asked whether the price will fall in the near future, we are not sure. But at least we know that from this land bid size, there's no way you can turn back the clock, because the developer will not be able to sell this bidded land and lost itself.
Because once the developer put in a bid to win the land, right, they have a certain expectation to sell at a certain amount of price, and they will not go below that margin, because otherwise there will be a charitable enterprise, there will not be a for-profit enterprise anymore. So this is something that will not change, it will continue to rise. It's not up for debate. It's not about opinions anymore. It's just numbers over here. Land cost is increasing, as we have mentioned earlier, but also construction costs and labor costs as well, which also comes into play when doing the pricing for the new launch units as well.
These are the potential risks or dangers that might cause price decrease.
So one of the factors of our price resistance would be highest interest rate. I'm not sure if many of you guys
This
know.
is actually happening already.
Yeah, it's already happening already. Because we are in touch with different bankers and we get updates from time to time, and I can tell you that interest rates are steadily on the rise, not by a lot.
So this is actually a big risk factor as well.
Yes, but just to give you guys some context, even at 1 to 2%, it's still considered low.
But because I think a lot of buyers are used to the low interest rate for the amount of years. So how to counter this high interest rate risk? The point is that you must be prepared. What if the increased rate price, that will increase your mortgage? So for those buyers, try to do your financial calculation to not be overly stretched.
Yeah, do your due diligence.
You need any calculations, just give us a call at the number below. We'll do our best for you to help you go through your finances. Are you able to afford this new home or this resale condo itself?
Yes, because if you are conservative, we are even more conservative than you are. So give us a call if you want to find out about your eligibility to buy a new launch. It doesn't have to be Liv MB, it can be something else actually.
For this question, if you're buying for own stay, there's no best time. Just enter, because I felt that in the long run, prices will always go up. But if you're buying purely for investment and you feel the market is not right, then put a hold, because investment can wait. Let's
touch on again a little bit about this Liv MB details. Okay, this over here will be the site plan, as we mentioned earlier on. The very nice distance boundary between the two blocks. This is some artist impression of the forecourt. So this is a very grand welcome foyer. Okay, oh, this is really beautiful. This is the view of the clubhouse beyond the Mountbatten lawn. Isn't that nice, Dennis? The Mountbatten lawn. I'm sure the landscaping is a stand-up feature over here. Okay, this is the rooftop at level 20. You got a mini infinity pool up there, viewing gallery, and not on this level 20, level 11 too, right, Dennis? So we also have the sky lounge at level 11. So two different vantage points for you to view the landed enclave around you.
That's right.
So for the 1 and 2 bedrooms, we have actually color scheme options, as you can see over here. These are some of the material templates. Okay, we will not be touching on in detail, but this is just to give you an idea of how the show flat is likely going to be looking like.
These are the kitchen.
The kitchen provisions, the bathroom provisions. Okay, to touch on for the unit mix, 1 to 4 bedrooms, with most of it being 2 and 3. In the interest of time, we don't have the time to go into the details of all the floor plans over here. But if you would like to find out which will suit you better, which layout will suit you better, feel free to give us a call.
Based on your preference and based on your budget.
Yes, we'll be more than welcome to advise you. No obligation.
Yes, we are the developer sales team for this project.
Yes. And I feel that personally, we are in a good position to advise you, and we look forward to seeing you guys.
See you in the next video.